Jacques from ZAHomes. I'm the Operations and Finance Director for the group. And today we're going to chat to a few of our partners and investors just to get some insight into their experience to date. So today we're going to be speaking to Nick Koumpan. He's one of our partners currently and a previous investor in PE. And we'd like to chat to him just to understand what his journey has been like to date. Welcome, Nick. Thank you for joining us. And I think I'm just going to fire right in. Would you recommend to invest or partner with ZAHomes?
100%. There's no better place to put your money. You know, if you stick it on the stock market, you're going to risk, markets crash. And if you stick it in the bank, you're not going to get anything for it. But the main thing for me is not really the money; it's the learning and being able to generate an income which is sustainable over a long period of time. So it's a passive income kind of. So ultimately, at the end of the day, the passive income. But then I also want to help people. I want to help others, like you guys helped me. I want to help other people become debt free, if you want to call it that.
Okay, fantastic. And you started as an investor in one of the deals that Michael was pitching on behalf of ZAHomes. Can you tell us a bit more about that and how that led to you actually investing?
Yeah, I was recently retrenched, so I had some spare cash, and Michael put out there that he's looking for an investor for an Airbnb property in Bloemfontein. Yeah. So I then chatted to him, and I then went on to the Michael Bowen website and checked out the partners, yourself, and the legal people, and the attorneys, anybody that was involved, so that I could get a feel. Because a friend of mine said, "Well, no, this is it's not good. Don't trust it." I said, "No. You don't realize the depth of knowledge, information, and the number of people that are involved in this thing." And then there were a number of people that wanted to invest into this Airbnb property, but Michael decided to take me because he liked the way that I approach things and the fact that I had already done some training. And we felt like we could work together. You know what I found very beneficial is to have all the attorneys and yourself, obviously the finance guys. All the necessary documentation is all neatly wrapped up, and you don't have to get too involved with it. You need to sign documents and things like that, but I'm so comfortable with the way things are handled. It's professional. The lawyers, attorneys are contacting me for information. You guys are contacting me, and from a panic point of view, if you want to call it that, I'm completely relaxed with the fact that the process, installment sale agreement and anything else, is being looked after 100%.
Okay, fantastic. So let me get this straight. You invested into a deal of ZAHomes, but you had never met Michael at this point, right?
That's correct. I hadn't met him, no.
Okay.
But we had many chats online, through Zoom and through WhatsApp. So it's very close. He feels like you can just reach out and touch him almost. And if you need to speak to him, he's always available, like yourself. So the approachability and those kind of things are what really convinced me that this was what I wanted to get into. ZAHomes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for the feedback. I mean, we always try and make ourselves readily available, but I mean, we are also people, right? We are active in property groups. We are engaging with people. Ultimately, that's what the property game is. So you had done your due diligence up to this point. So I'm happy that you were comfortable to proceed. And obviously the fact that you could actually talk to us gave you some security, but what finally tilted you into trusting that your investment was safe?
Well, look, the returns that were being offered at the time were beneficial, and so that was one of the reasons why I invested the money. But just to cap it all, recently I've received my first payment back from the funding that I issued, and I've learned so much going through the process, and because of what's transpired or gone on, I was offered a partnership in Port Elizabeth. So I then became a partner of ZAHomes. And then we got our first opportunity for this property in Bloemfontein. And we sourced another investor for that property. So that is falling, it's in Bloemfontein, it's falling under the Port Elizabeth Homes, ZAHomes. So that deal has gone through, and I'm busy currently doing the refurbishment and getting the stuff together to put inside the Airbnb, because it's going to be an Airbnb. So that's very exciting, because that's right on the horizon. And the help that I've had from all the other people, Heinrich and the other guys, it's been, the support has been tremendous, and that's what I can't emphasize more. You can't get a better team of people who are more dedicated and love the property business and are willing to help than ZAHomes group.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that's very good feedback. I mean, you started off as an investor and ultimately pivoted into a partnership. You were offered that role based on the fact that, yeah, we have an excellent working relationship, as you said, and you were the guy on the ground in PE as well, a place we had earmarked for expansion. And I think that partnership was perfect. And the fact that you had gone through the learn and earn process and then was able to raise funds through a second learn and earn to fund the property deal for the new home that we've created. And we refer to homes as our partnerships with people on the ground like yourself. You mentioned Heinrich, for instance. That was one of the names that you mentioned. And just for everybody watching this, that is one of our partners in Bloemfontein. We have partners in Cape Town and Johannesburg as well. So there's a few other people. But yeah, it's a good group of people that enjoy property investing and have chosen to use that to fund their early retirement, so to speak. All right, fantastic. That's some good feedback up to date. So in terms of your investment, you said that you had already gotten some money back. I'm assuming that your investment has not fully been repaid. Property deals take a while to realize. So after that first repayment, are you still comfortable that it is progressing and that the property deal that you have invested your money in is one that is actually going to pan out as a good deal?
Yeah, 100%. I got the payment, and I've already said to Michael, reinvest the money. I don't want it back. Reinvest it. Let's use it and build on it, because it's no good sitting at the bank. I'd much rather be using it to purchase property, renovate properties, whatever is required. So that if I'm prepared to reinvest the money, that should show people that I'm very happy with what's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, the speed is the other thing, right? This was actually all done in a 2-month span of time that this was executed. Investment first into the prior deal, and then the actual acquisition for a deal within the sub-home. So that is incredibly fast. It is faster than our previous partnerships, but I mean, the timing was right. And I think it was a good fit from all of our sides. It's good to hear that you're happy in that regard. I know one of Michael's specialties, that's where he comes in, especially as a key strength in our ZAHomes partnerships, is the way he structures deals and looking for alternative solutions. So over and above that, after partnering, what exactly have you learned? Like, what has it contributed to you in your property experience and your, let's call it your property war chest, to have partnered with ZAHomes and Michael Bowen?
Well, before I did any training on property, I purchased a property and I bought it with the intention of letting the property, but I was making a loss straight away.
Okay.
With the
standard method.
Yeah, the standard method. With the intention the property price rise, the rental would increase and it would cover my costs and I would be fine. But at the property prices didn't rise. I was inexperienced. I had no training. And eventually I had to sell and I lost money. And so that was for me a big learning experience. Now that I'm with Michael and I've done the training, I'll never get caught like that again. So yeah, look, it's the information sharing that I'm getting, or the information I'm getting, and hopefully helping with you guys. It's just it's incredible. It's a great team of people, and you're always available. So yeah.
Right, fantastic. So the one reason we set up partnerships, right, is to get access to additional financing for us as a group. We obviously combine our financing power on deals in order to acquire them. But we did an interesting thing with the deal in Gqeberha. Can you just tell us more or less what that actually was? Because I know we didn't do traditional finance.
Yeah, it's something that is not, I don't think it's particularly well known, but it's called an installment sale agreement. And basically what it entails is that the property remains under the name of the owner. We take over the repayments of the bond. And once the bond has been completely paid off, the property then becomes our property. The guy that's selling the property will get a lump sum cash straight away. So that's, if he needs money, he's not having to pay the bond anymore. So he's in the clear there, and there's no risk of the house or the property being repossessed. So it's a win for everybody. And it's such a clever idea. And it's something that I did learn about prior to this thing, so this property deal. So it was handy to have had that bit of training. But that's, it's a win for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, here at ZAHomes, we pride ourselves on helping people, and an installment sale agreement is the perfect example of that, right? Helping a seller that's in need out of their trouble, but also helping us where nobody has to qualify for bank financing. You simply take it over, reduce the pain on the seller's side, and as you said, it's a win-win for everyone. But it is also a beautiful thing to see it in execution, right? Because you always learn about it, you learn it on paper, but then to see it actually executed is another thing. So that's fantastic. It was a good learning curve for everyone.